Good afternoon, all. Camelback Trading 2724 and thepitfuturestrading.com coming to you this Tuesday afternoon, March 3rd. We're looking at the last bunch of days of the market profile of the SPY ETF here on Window Trader. And boy, what a pretty wild day again. Tremendous range. My volume's already at 281 million with the after hours. So the way that's been trading, I'm going to say we're going to do probably 300 million shares. And again, most of it's on the downside, right? The volume was tremendous yesterday on the upside, but nowhere near the way it's been on the downside. The big boys are still here selling it, right? We said that. They took their foot off the gas yesterday. Plus, that was a lot of short covering, I think, yesterday. Remember, we said shorts had tremendous profits in the market. Well, today, they let the market up for a bit before they decide to ramp it down. Remember, we went out with the price probe. I am in 20 tick increments here. So it's a lot bigger. If we put it in ones, I'd need a movie screen. We had the price probe yesterday. That was important for the buyers. Actually, pre-market today, I actually traded the ETF more than the options today. I bought the ETF 3 times, 500 shares each time, and then took it up between 75 cents and $1. So I started the day off on a very good note. In A period, we came down, tested the probe, got long, took that back up. That was a good trade. B period, did the same thing, came down, started coming down more, added to it, and then lo and behold, I have 2 machines that are up. The one that I was trading on froze. All I saw was the market profile start ripping. Luckily, on this screen, on this computer, I went to my other machine that was still running and got out of the trade. I was long 700 shares and made $5 on it. I was like, okay, that was a gift on that rate cut. Now, speaking of that rate cut, and I'm not political or anything else, I think it's absurd. I think it's absurd that they did an emergency rate cut. They're meeting in another week. This is not a financial crisis. It's a health crisis. It's not like 2008 and 09. Yes, earnings are going to be hurt. We know the earnings are going to be hurt by this, by the shutdowns and everything else. I get it. But it's not a financial crisis. You know, the market was doing fine on its own, seeking its level between yesterday and you know, even on Friday, came off, rallied back, let the market get to where it wants to go on its own. You know what this rate cut did today? Well, luckily for me, it got me a really nice trade. But it destroyed a ton of shorts and then destroyed a ton of longs. And look where we ended up afterwards. Not far off the lows of the day. So, talk about using up your ammo. We'll got to see what happens going forward. Anyway, sorry for keep talking about that, but I just don't understand that. So those were my 2 trades in A and B in the pre-market. Then in G period, I took a long, it dipped down, got back into it, took it up. Took another one in L that worked out, traded down. We had been one time framing up, it got down, traded it back up. And actually took a small one in M that took out to be a loser, but it was very small. So a really, really good day overall. Destinations, especially on the upside, my goodness, are far and wide. We had a chance for a price spike, right? Anytime you make a new low or high in the day, J, K, or L, if you close below it, it's a spike. Well, they battled that the last couple of minutes in M period, but we closed just above it, so the price spike is rejected. We do not have a price probe. So your first destination on the upside isn't until F's high, which is an afternoon rally high of 308.26. So $8 right now until we get more market-generated information tomorrow. Your first destination's $8 higher on the upside, 308.26. Then we don't have anything until today's high of 313.84, almost another $6 higher. Then above that, we don't have anything to 318.11. So just like price seeks its level on the downside, it will also seek its level on the upside at some point. Question is when. Okay? And there's something interesting when I show you the chart, especially on the monthly, when we get there. For the downside, first destination is today's low of 297.57. So a little over $3 to the downside. Then we have 294.46, yesterday's low. 292.97 9 wide from the 28th of February, 288.03 afternoon pullback low, and 285.54 monthly low. So both sides of the equation, highs, longs, and shorts, the destinations are far and wide apart. Now, monthly. Before we forget, we had an outside month down yesterday, this month, right? Outside month down. Now, I said we had traded down to 285.54, so we traded $35 lower. So the question was, how do you put that into context? Well, look what happened today. When we ripped on that news on the Fed, it did two things. It got us up to the high of the day, which is just under 314, but was still $6 below the outside month down. But more importantly, we got right up to the trend line. Now, I was long when that happened. I told you my machine froze. All I was looking was to get out of the trade. And by the time I did, and then it started selling off, I didn't really look at my monthly chart till later in the day and saw this. So pretty awesome how it traded right up to the trend line on that and sold off. Wish I had noticed that a lot earlier. Probably would have tried to get on the short side. But I mean, it gave back that time frame in a heartbeat. So weekly. Again, we're down. One time framing down with the gap as my focus. 2 days into the week. Huge balance. See if that's some tremendous excess we left today. Daily. Firmly in balance, right? After stopping one time framing down for 7 days, we took it up yesterday, we took it up again today. I'm certainly not going to call it up because we're one time framing up 2 days. All I'm going to do is call it balance, and I'm going to use basically the last 2 days as the balance, right? Today's high and yesterday's low is my 2-day balance. Now also, inside of here, right, 3 out of the last 4 days, we've battled the 200-day moving average. Okay, we closed below it again today. We're about $4 below it. At some point, that's going to become a very, very prominent point. Who wins that? If the bulls finally win it and get above it, then you're going to start your little march up to the 50 and then to this gap at some point in time, right? If the bears win it and you stay below it, and then at some point, especially if we take out yesterday's low, you start going then for that 287 level and then the monthly low. I hope you had a good day trading today. Have a great night, rest up, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.